So, I saw that Mandy Badass Hero actually played this game, and I thought I'd give it a go as well, just to see what it's like before I watch his video, because he normally picks pretty interesting games to play. And I wasn't sure if this is going to work because this is actually a download only video. It doesn't work in the browser, unfortunately, which is kind of more my thing. But I tried it and I gave it a run, and it worked absolutely fine through Wine because I'm on Linux. And yeah, I enjoyed it greatly. So I'll just show a little bit of it. This is just a demo for the full game, and it's a sort of a scary horror game. So beware jump scares and frights and things like that. But other than that, it's I got to say pretty good, pretty well polished. I've switched to it so now you can hear the music. Um, if we have a look at the settings, you've got a music volume control. Unfortunately, you aren't able to turn music off in that, but I don't think there's music in the game. Controls are just use the mouse, press E to interact, WASD to move around, and then there's some video quality settings. We'll just leave it on whatever it is because I don't want to mess with it too much because I don't know what Wine can handle. And then there's a credits page and a rate us on itch.io page. This is an itch.io game. Link is in the description. So can we give it a go? And meanwhile, we will jump in and we will see what the game is about. And it starts with the sort of the idea that we are just a young boy with a sister and a pair of parents. And I think I have some ideas of where it's going. But yeah, so we have some hints on how to move. So it's mouse to move, mouse to look around. So move the view, WASD to move ourselves. This is our bedroom. We have quite a sophisticated bedroom for our age, as far as I can tell. We have quite a big bed, bedside table. We have a beautiful but unmarked Ed 209 rip-off robot thing. I quite like that quite a bit, actually. And the bird. Probably sort of an aunt or something bought us a mountains picture, which is not really suitable for someone our age. A little bike thing that is pretty good. Trash bin. Oh, and Mom's calling us. I think it's a trash bin. Actually, it just looks like papers. Mom's calling us. Alright, so we can open the door just by walking into the door. Bunk. And we have a look at our house. Oh, we press escape to check objectives. Go outside and talk to Mom. The English is obviously the developer's sort of second language, so there is a little bit of English funniness, but nothing that we couldn't ignore. We have shelves here with toys and various adult objects. I like how it's scaled at different levels. Who wants a toy carrot, though? Anyway. Yeah, various stuff. There's a room here that we can't go into. That's one we can't open. There is one here that we can go into. It's our sister's room. So it's, I suppose, similar to our room, but pinkish. We've got a bigger couch, though, and more artwork, so nah. Yeah, so here we have the downstairs, where Mom has called us. And we trundle down, and we get jump scared. Wahaha. And then the scarer falls over. And it is our sister, who not sure where she was keeping that teddy bear. She says, she's hurt. She just wanted to scare you. She didn't think she'd fall. So yes, it's fairly typical of a girl of that age. Assuming we're a slightly older brother. Yeah. So we ask, are you okay? And she says she's fine. And she wants to watch TV. Can we? I'm saying I need to go. Mom's calling, and then she said she'll wait, which is great. And this is actually a really, really good quality model. I must say, the models in this game, I am very impressed. I mean, the building looks a little bit squared off. Things are a bit too defined on the edges, and the layout's a bit odd. But I mean, the animations in the moving models are fantastic. Yeah, I mean that is very, very impressive. Yeah, like a lot. Anyway, so let's head outside to where Mom's calling us. And I gotta say, the outside looks fantastic as well. It's a nice sunny day, slightly blue sun. Yeah, we have laundry, we have nicely done grass. Let's check to see what this engine is, because I'm very impressed with how cheaply and easily it's playing. There's some gardening tools and things like that. Remember, like I said, this is a demo. We can't jump or anything, unfortunately. I don't think we can go out the gate either. No. But there's our mother sort of massively overwatering this flower. We've got a sunflower and some, I don't know, is that supposed to be a cactus or a plant or something? Okay, I guess it's supposed to be a plant. Looks like an alien egg. A second watering can. What are you doing with 2 watering cans? And a massive rake. Anyway, let's talk to Mom. She says, shall we say, Mommy, nice weather? Yes, Billy. I hope it stays. Okay, and that ended the conversation, so let's continue. You called me. Yes, Billy, can you help me dry the clothes in the laundry basket? Thanks a lot. Alright, so this is our house. It's a rather square house, but still very nice looking. It's got a bit of kind of old mansion squareness on it. But yeah, so now we were helping. Obviously, those are the clothes we need to line out. I had a bit of difficulty with this because when I picked out the first one, I was trying to get it to work on the things, and it wouldn't work. I thought it was, oh, okay, well that time it worked. The last time I tried, the first time I picked out this one, and I had to really get the angle right to click on it because it was quite difficult for some reason. This is also, I think this might be this one. A lot easier that time. I already struggled with it before, but that seemed to have worked. And this is the shirt with no sleeves. So we randomly pull these out, just put them up there. And then she says thank you, and our sister is calling us. So we have talk our little sister, so talk to our little sister. And here she is, and she comes hurrying over. So we say, I'm free, let's watch TV together. Let's sit on the sofa. So we head off to the sofa, clamber on. She gets on without us watching. And we're watching actually quite a well done TV show. I'm thinking AI generated. Anyway, she's telling us a story. She had a friend coming over to the house and who said she saw something in the bathroom. Joyce says she doesn't know, but the friend says it was a girl in the white dress with red eyes just staring right at her. I was saying, you kind of look like that. And she says, like, no, she's not a creepy stalker. Okay, let's drop it. Still, I wanted to tell you. So, like, sure, I guess. A little bit of information from the sister. Animation's so good, so impressive. And then we decide we need to go and use the bathroom. And Joyce, our sister, says she wants food. So we're going to say, yeah, sure. She does have weirdly red eyes. Anyway, we have helpful hints to where we need to go, which is to this side of the house. I actually get quite lost in this house. I don't know where things are. So we look around, and we head into the bathroom, which is a very fancy bathroom. There's shelves we can't reach. There's the toilet. There's a sort of a shower area, I guess. A nice step-in shower. It's actually quite a lovely house. Anyway, so we need to use the toilet. We press E to pee. And we go do and staring around. Oh, we heard a strange noise. And then it says look up. So we look up and everything goes dark. Why has it gone all dark? There's nothing there. We look up, we don't see anything, and then we look around. Oh, and there's a scary glowy-eyed figure. So E to exit. And we look, oh, and nothing's there, but why has it gone all dark? Again, I'm not quite, I thought that dustbin moved at us. It's empty, I guess. Clothes basket? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how much of this is the effect as it's supposed to be and how much is a bit weird because I'm playing through Wine and Linux. But it still looks pretty good. Pretty good. I need to watch Mandy's video and just see if his looks the same. Alright, so we seem to be okay with having seen the very, very creepy figure. So we just head to the fridge and we grab a sandwich and the world returns to light again. And off we go. And I try and figure out how I get back to where I was. I think it's through this door. We get through to this part of the house. And oh, sister has gone. Oh, the door over there. We can have a look at this picture. It seems to, I guess that's us there. Not a very clear picture. We should jump. Anyway, so we hop through here. And there is our father, looking a little strange there. No creepy figures around here. No, let's ask him why he hasn't finished his apple. And he's on his phone. Dad, you see Joyce? He says, yeah. Going upstairs. I went back to her room. Don't know why he's wibbling a bit. Do you have red eyes? Okay, he's also got the red eye thing going there. So, up we go to our room. I'll get in there. And we open the door. Oh, and she's just standing there. That's spooky. That's creepy. It's worrying. And we get a jump scare. Which was actually a really good jump scare. The first time that happened, it scared the crap out of me. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. And I think we're going to leave the game off there. As far as I am going to show you guys, you will need to come and play the demo. It doesn't really unpack too much more of the story. But there's little hints here and there as to where the story might be going. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the full game. I definitely will give that a go once it comes out. And I'm glad this worked on Linux. Not a lot of stuff does these days, although I am seeing more and more of the stuff in Steam now remaining available when I click on load Linux only things. So hopefully either they're just being more registered, or the developers are actually working on them to make them work with, I think it's Proton, which is a wine-based thing that Valve has produced to allow Linux titles to run on a Windows platform. The other way around, Windows titles to run on a Linux platform. So hopefully there's some hope there. I'll get Windows again eventually, but I'm happy on Linux for now, learning this corner of the world. But I do like to see more games appearing on it. Anyway, so that is all the gameplay I'm showing. If you are leaving because you just wanted to see some of the gameplay, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If, however, you are looking for a little bit of critique of this, well, I don't want to give too much. This is quite well polished, but there's a few nitpicks I have here and there. There's the settings. Well, we don't have sound controls here. Oh, we do. There's the sound controls. It's just the music volume. I mean, there weren't too many sounds. I suppose the slap of our feet and things like that. Talking of which, that is a critique in itself. Maybe a few more household sounds, things clinking, mom humming in the background, or something to sort of suggest we're living in a house. And then you can kind of drop those sounds off when you're building up to something creepy, and it helps raise the tension. I mean, that's always a thing I always appreciate in movies and things like that, where the sort of the ambient sounds are cut off in some way, or suddenly you're not really aware that they're there because you kind of listen to them subconsciously, like cars and things like that. But when something creepy is happening, the movie makers drop the sounds off, and then that raises the tension in a way you're not entirely aware of, because again, it speaks to you subconsciously. You weren't quite aware of those sounds. You're not quite aware what's missing now, but something is missing, something is wrong, and the tension rises within you. It's very, very effective for a scare for like a like in movies they often build up a jump scare, like sort of the music gets tense and the moment builds up, and it's going to happen, and the sort of the heroine sort of opens the cupboard door or something, and something leaps out at her, or something attacks her from behind, or whatever. I mean, that is your standard jump scare, but I find it much more effective, and it's more of an Eastern influence where the scare comes from things like subtly cutting off background noises, subtly setting something up in the background of the shot where you don't really look at it directly, so you're not consciously aware of it. But because something is wrong, something is weird, the tension within you mounts in a way that you're not quite aware of until the actual scare happens. And it doesn't have to be a jump scare, just something creepy happening. And that gives you a hell of a fright. And you don't expect it because it's not a prepared jump scare, and that just makes it more effective. And I really like that kind of thing. And I think that needs to happen in games as well. So mess with background sounds, mess with background appearances, little hints of things. Like when you open the door and the sister's standing there looking the wrong way, that was creepy. Um, but it did prepare the jump scare. So yeah, you kind of want the jump scare to not be prepared. So she should really just be sitting on her bed, and as you approach, with the food, then the creep out hits you, and something like that. And that's, I don't know. It's it's an interesting balance. The skill of a scare in a horror sort of form of media, whether it's a movie or a game, is very difficult to balance well. But I think this game does it really, really well. I just think they could do a bit more with the sounds, especially the jump scares, and especially the sound. It's a bit of a sort of a screamy noise, and it's quite good. But I don't know. I think it's a little bit cliche. They could do something more interesting with it, and and yeah, just with the setup for it. The artwork, I mean, like I was saying before, this game looks absolutely fantastic. The scare models are not bad. Again, I'm not quite sure if the creepy girl I saw downstairs in the bathroom, or whatever that figure is, looks quite right. It's a little bit weird, and I don't know if that's just the graphics engine I'm running behind because of the Linux and Wine and all of that. But still, I mean, it's there. It's effective. The animations are very, very good. The sort of the actual models of the parents and the sister are amazing. The movement feel of moving around the world is absolutely fantastic. Um, yeah, so in terms of artwork and kind of gameplay elements, I think this game is fantastic. I did feel a little bit lost as to what I was doing, um, after from this point onwards. I kind of gave her the food, and she wanted to go and um, watch TV and then play some hide and seek, and it was just it got to that point in horror games where I'm not really reacting properly to what the scares are. I'm not saying anything. I'm just kind of forging ahead because as a player, we know that we're a character in a scary game. But as in terms of the character, our characters reacted very, very strangely, very unreally. So unless this game is going to pull we know what's going on. We're, just trying to work through guilt or something, which is a factor in a lot of games like Silent Hill and so on. Um, so there's kind of parts of us that knows that this is weird and wrong, but just forces us through it because we are, self-punishing for guilt or something like that. But in games, a lot of games follow that method of just the main character pushing through the scary situations without reacting to them appropriately, and it's they're not, they are just a regular person who's having to deal with this weird stuff that they're not in a world of their own making or something like that. And it gets very, very wrong, and this game felt a little bit like that. So unless we are dealing with our own situations, I think our reactions need to be fine-tuned and improved a little bit on this one, because I did not feel that it was appropriate. I was just doing what the game told me to, not following what my character would do. So the immersion was a bit lost there. But yeah, like I said, this is just a demo. It doesn't really end in an explanatory way. So who knows what I was actually doing and what the developers actually have in mind. But I like to throw that out there for any devs watching. Especially in horror games, be more careful with what your character is more likely to do rather than, is the gameplay requirement for them to do, and try and ensure that they are hedged in some way and cannot do what a real person would do, which is probably to just get the hell out or call for help or something like that. That's my only real strong critique there. I did feel a bit strange after this point about how my character was reacting to things, or even how you reacted to the scare. I think, although there was a conversation choice that I didn't choose here. So what do the three dots do? Oh, that just ends us. So yeah, I just calmly hand her a sandwich, and then she's like, thanks, and let's go watch TV again. She'll follow there, and I kind of said, all right, fine, I'll go over there. And then I think all I did was think, am I seeing things? What's going on? So yeah, and that's it. And then I went off with my sister to watch TV. And some other weird things start happening, and I'm just like, oh, I'm going to keep doing what I was doing, playing hide and seek or whatever. So yeah, be careful with that kind of thing. It feels to me like it's immersion losing. There was no justification for what I was doing, why I picked up the key that I found, or anything like that. It made no sense. Other than that, in terms of immersion, obviously there's a storyline here. The game is going to unwrap the storyline for us as we play along. The full game, that is. The demo doesn't really do it. I think you don't really need any more than that. Hopefully it makes sense. But yeah, we do need a bit more motivation behind why our character is reacting the way he is. And I mean, even if this is the natural way for our character to react for whatever storyline reason there is, I think at least lampshading it, commenting on it, and putting it out there that this is why we are reacting this way, even if we don't explain exactly why, just explain that the game does realize that it's weird and there is a reason for it. So some kind of allowance for that. That's what lampshading is, when you make something obvious to show that, yes, I understand that this is not quite right. Don't worry about it. We've got that covered. And then the player's happy with that, and it returns immersion. Anyway, so that's all I'm going to say about it, other than just come and play this demo. Come and give the game a follow or whatever. Can we go to... No. Yeah. Come and give the game a follow. And the wish listed if there's a wish list button there, and otherwise support it, because we need more good horror games, especially ones with these amazing animations and models. I don't know how much of them might be come through sort of AI tools, but if they are, they are feeling good enough that they are AI, I think, handled correctly, where it is just one step in the design and artwork process. I'm hoping. The movie design is not, the little cartoon that we watch is a little too AI for me, but that's fine. It's just background animation for the scene rather than something fundamental to the game, and that's fine. Anyway, that's it all from me. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you give the game some love, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.